U.S. Secretary of Defense Chuck Hagel said North Korea is nearing a dangerous line as the Obama administration continues to escalate nuclear war fears by making belligerent statements nearly every day. Such hostility contrasts starkly with the perspective of the average South Korean, as repeated polls show they favor not just peace with the North, but also reunification. The hardline attitude of the U.S. and other Western powers has many believing that South Korea, once again, doesn't control its own destiny. Today's situation is reminiscent of 1945, when foreign powers partitioned Korea and then turned it into a battleground, causing more than 3 million deaths.
The fundamental sovereignty, for example, decide war or peace. It's not up to South Korean government, it's up to U.S. Because if the war broke out on the Korean Peninsula, the wartime control right transport to U.S. soldiers, U.S. government. So that's the fundamental problem.
Last month, the conservative South Korean government decreased their sovereignty by handing the U.S. permission to make preemptive attacks against the North. The New York Times recently leaked a counter-provocation plan in which the U.S. reportedly plans to immediately escalate even a minor military provocation by North Korea. It gives credence to the notion that the massive military buildup by the U.S. is not just for show.
Some Korean people regard the U.S. forces in Korea as the big obstacle of peaceful reunification. The U.S. soldiers symbolize that what U.S. wants is just a status quo. On the Korean Peninsula, not peaceful unification.
The buildup is making many wonder if the U.S. even wants peace. In 2007, North Korea shuttered its nuclear reactor, but the U.S. still refused to normalize relations or lift their decades-old blockade. Despite the widespread belief that food is a human right, the U.S. even reneged on promises of food and fuel, helping to cause repeated famines in North Korea. Diplomacy with Pyongyang has never been formally attempted by the Obama administration, as they have refused to join the traditional six-party talks that work for a diplomatic solution in Korea. South Koreans want to avoid another devastating war with the North, but many in the international community act as if conflict is inevitable. The top diplomat of the United States, Secretary of State John Kerry, is scheduled to arrive in Seoul on Friday, but he has no plans to talk with the leaders of North Korea. Ramin Mazaheri, Press TV, Seoul.